back to the Link Up podcast. Today is just me and Luke, and we were talking about a player that every team needs to sell in the Premier League. If you do go on to enjoy the video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Let's get into it. We'll start with, on my list, I have Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal, that's cool.
Okay, who have you got for Arsenal?
I've got Eddie Nketiah.
Okay, I also have Eddie Nketiah. It was a great start.
At the start of the season, he was getting a fair bit of game time, but I think that was because of the injuries that they were getting.
Yeah, Jesus had long-term injury.
But I think they've played really well with Havertz up front now. They've obviously got Jesus as sort of a backup. He can play left wing as well, but they've sort of got two solid strikers, and they want to probably buy another striker in the summer as well. I just don't see how Nketiah is going to want to be fourth choice.
No.
So I still think a move in the Prem for him.
Yeah, what I have here is they need to bring in someone better, and he needs minutes. So a Palace would really do for him.
Yeah, or maybe a lower.
Like a Fulham or someone that needs a striker. Really, I wouldn't say Fulham needs a striker, but
yeah, he's not a bad player. He's still a Prem player, but Eddie Nketiah.
So yeah, also we have Eddie Nketiah. Now next one, this is Bournemouth. Bournemouth. And I have. Who do you have?
I have Dominic Solanke.
Ooh, see, I don't have him.
Who do you have?
Sensi, the centre half, the Argentine centre half. Just mainly because I think he's better than Bournemouth, and it's not me saying Bournemouth for a small club.
How long have they had him for?
About a year.
About a year, okay.
But I'm saying that he can go to like a European side and play Europa League, possibly, depending on the team, possibly play Champions League.
Yeah. He's someone that's maybe gone under the radar a little bit.
He has, yeah. He scored the other day. He scored the other day, didn't he?
Yeah.
In their 3-0 win. But what do you think, Solanke?
Solanke, I just think he's been with Bournemouth for quite a bit of time now.
Yeah.
He went with them from the Championship. He scored a ton of goals. I think only Mitrovic outscored him that season they went out. But he's steadily sort of climbed up the ranks really, and he scored I think a good 18 goals this season.
I think he's around that 18.
And for a team like Bournemouth, I know that they're mid-table and they've done really really well under their manager. But I just think for the money they can get from someone like a lot of these top 6 teams need strikers now. I can just see them maybe getting good 30-40 million for him really now.
And he can go to a team like a top end team and fight for a place if you might want to go back to Chelsea where he first started.
There's been a lot of calls for him to be in the England squad as well.
Yeah, there has.
He's got a lot of competition. But I think maybe a move away to a Big 6 side would help them do that, but I just think for Bournemouth's benefit, they'll get a lot of money for him. Yeah. And they've still got a striker like Unal.
They've got replacements. So this is Villa next. I'll go with this one. I have Robin Olsen, and my only note on him is he's useless. Is he not
a decent backup?
No, he was crap at Sheffield United. He's crap at Aston Villa. I don't know what his level is, and I think from the showing I saw when they played Chelsea when he came on in the second half, he just utterly I don't know what it is. As soon as he came on, there was no belief in the goalkeeper. When Emi Martinez is in goal, you get it. They can do much better. They can bring in a young goalkeeper and slowly bring him through.
Okay, well I've gone with Matty Cash. Okay. I'm not saying he's a bad player. It's just I don't know if he's suited to Unai Emery's system and how he wants to play. What I've noticed, he likes big centre backs. Really, he's played Conser a lot at right back this season. And he's played Matty Cash a few times. I think he started him against Chelsea as well.
I think he did. Yeah.
I think they could get a good sort of, I don't know, maybe 25-30 million for Matty Cash.
Yeah, I'd say 20 is the lowest you go.
So let us know who you think Aston Villa should sell, because I don't know if we both
we did struggle with that one. So yeah, on to the next one. Brentford. I think we probably have the same player.
Ivan Toney. I don't necessarily.
It's not that they need to sell him. I think he wants to go, and I think that's kind of a. If you've been slagging off your team for a few years now, so you're going, it's only Brentford and seeing.
That was a few years ago. I just think now if he doesn't leave this summer, because there's been so much talk about him leaving, that there might be a bit unsettled, or if he doesn't go. And look, when you have teams like Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal sniffing round you, and look, they can get a good amount of money, maybe 50-60 odd million.
I'd say about 60 million you can get. I know he's got a year left in his contract, and before that he's worth 100. Now you're talking 60 million. I'd say that's still a bargain for a player that can get you 20%.
I don't think Brentford, they're not going to be pressured to sell him, but I just think
they get the right
this is the perfect time to sort of cash in on him.
Oh, of course,
really.
yeah. You don't want to let him go on a free.
Ivan Toney for Brentford.
Brighton. I have Estepinian. Now, it's not a need to sell.
No.
It's because he's good enough to play at a top level. I think he's one of the best left backs in the league. That was in my tier list. If you haven't watched that, go watch that. But I reckon he played for a top team in Europe. I really think he can.
Or a higher, probably a top 6 Prem side. Definitely.
Easy. Or even if he goes abroad, he can go to any really European team that need a left back. From top of my head, you go Barca, you can go Real Madrid. Like you can go anywhere, and he'll slot right in. So I have him.
Yeah, so I've got an Estepinian as well, and I just think this is Brighton do have tendencies to sell in their better players, and they go their like best assets, and they thrive from it really. So I could have easily put Evan Ferguson there as well, just because of the amount of money
you can get for Evan Ferguson.
And that's why I've gone Estepinian as well, because I can just see someone coming in and spending some big money on him.
Yeah, you can get quite a bit of money.
Estepinian, they can cash out quite a bit of money for him, in my opinion.
Okay. Now I think we have the same player again. James Trafford.
Yeah.
We haven't looked at each other's lists. It is just more of great minds think alike. I like to call it.
We could have got with Burnley looking like they're going. I mean, they may not go down. The chances are a chance, but they've been playing Muric a lot more recently, and that's sort of helped their upturn in form. But I just think even if they go down, I can just see him leave. I don't know, because they only bought him last season.
But there are talks of him leaving if they do go down.
Yeah, I think it's kind of. Yeah, there's already been talks, but maybe they might not sell him. Maybe they'll let him go out on loan. But I just think if you do go down, sell James Trafford.
You know, he's a decent keeper, and he's the future of England. I'd say future of England goalkeeping.
Yeah, I mean in that under 21s Euros, that final he was
brilliant, wasn't he?
But James Trafford.
Okay, next up we have Chelsea. Now. Who do you have for Chelsea?
I could have gone for so many.
You could have gone for all of them.
Mark Cucurella.
God, I have him as well. Cucurella. Oh, it's such a great video.
So good at Brighton, but I don't know if
even at Getafe, even before he was at Brighton.
I don't know if Brighton have sold Chelsea. I don't know how much they bought.
60 million.
A lot of money.
About 60 million.
He's so like. The drop off between Ben Chilwell and Cucurella. Ben Chilwell, I don't think is even like an amazing left back.
No.
But honestly, the games the amount of mistakes he makes, he's so erratic. He's just, I don't know. And
he's easily replaceable.
Yeah, they're not going to get their money back for him. But I just think they've got the likes of Colwell who can play left back. Obviously, Ben Chilwell. They maybe will buy someone else. They're always bound to buy someone. So Mark Cucurella.
He just he's defensively not great. He can't cross a ball. He can't play football well. I don't know how he's managed to get into Chelsea.
Yeah,
but
Chelsea could sell so many players. Like they have a lot of loan players like Lukaku, Ziyech, Matt.
Oh yeah. Right. So Crystal Palace. Who do you have?
I have Edouard.
Now this is different.
It's different.
I have Elise.
Elise. Oh, okay. No, I see why. I just think Mateta's really had an upturn in form recently. He scored a lot of goals, and Edouard's struggling. He's struggling to get in the team now. Edouard. He's backup striker at Palace, and he's not going to win.
They wanted to go, didn't they?
Yeah, he was their number 9 for a few years, but he's
not really put the output that Mateta has this season. I've gone for Elise just mainly the fact that he nearly left last summer. Chelsea did put in a bid 60 million for him, and they wanted 80. And you can get a lot of money to reinvest into that Palace squad. I know there's a new manager come in, and he's done well since he's come in, but if he can get that money for Elise, he can then reinvest in squad, get someone a bit cheaper and do the same thing.
If someone does come in for 80 million, they'll be forced to sell him. I think even 70 mil they would. I don't know. If they can keep that front three of Mateta, Eze and Elise, then they can really, they're on to a top half finish next season really.
Next one, Everton. Who have you gone for?
Maybe a bit boring. I've gone Michael Keane.
Okay.
Who have you gone for?
Mikalenko.
The defenders. I'll explain Keane first. I don't know if it needs explaining, but he's been there for a while, since I think 2017, 2016. And look, he's been an established Premier League player, international player a few years ago as well. But he's back up at Everton now. I think Brentford's getting ahead of him, Tarkowski. I just think maybe it's time to move on. He's in his 30s now. He could still probably play in the Prem, but I just think he needs to.
I think a move to Burnley, really. Go back to Burnley.
I just think that they can get a few mil for him, really, and they might as well sell the deadwood if they really want to move on and up the table as a club. They'll want to start selling their deadwood a little bit.
So I'll talk about Nikolenko. My first word on it is that he's shit. I've never seen a left back that was so bad. Like, I don't know.
I don't think he's as bad as.
See, I think he, like, you might not think so, but there's like times where he just. I know he probably picked up form recently, but there's been times I've seen him. He just looks so shaky and just gets beaten so easily. And I think like he won't be a big loss for them because I think they can easily get a better replacement.
I don't think he's as bad as you say, but
I think he is. I don't really rate him, so I've gone for Nikolenko.
Okay. Fair enough.
Next up we have Fulham. Who have you gone for Fulham?
Decordova Reed.
Okay.
For maybe a bit
rogue
there,
one,
a bit rogue, but who have you gone for?
Paulinho.
Yeah, you've gone for. That's textbook. You've gone for.
Well, he nearly went to Bayern.
Yeah.
He's probably going to go there. You can get a lot of money for him. He's one of the top tacklers in the league.
I think he's like 30 now, and he's going to want to.
Yeah, like 29, 30.
What's good about him, to be fair, is his attitude, really. Because
he has
like, that deal falling through, he could have like
thrown his chair, thrown his toys at the pram, really.
Yeah, but he's carried on. He's kept his head down, and look, Fulham have been solid side this season. Normally, like. We associate them with like a yo-yo club and fighting for relegation, but the last 2 seasons since they've gone on, they've been really good, and he's been at the heart of that. Really,
he has.
He's in the spine of that. So I've gone with Decordova Reed. He's just, I don't think he's good. I don't know if he's good enough for the. I know he started a lot of games for them, and he's okay in the Championship. He was a good player.
He was. Especially for Bristol City.
I just think in the Prem, he's 30 now. And like sort of similar to what I've said earlier about Everton, if they want to be moving on as a club as well and keep on establishing themselves in the Prem, they're going to want to be buying younger wingers, I think, and selling a lot of these sort of, what do you call it, deadwood. But yeah, I mean, I could have gone for a few players, but Decordova Reed for me.
Okay, Liverpool.
This is interesting.
This is very interesting. I've gone for Salah.
Oh, he's come out to apparently he's not going to leave.
Now. Yes, but if there's interest from Saudi and there's 100 million that comes in for him from Saudi, and especially after the whole thing with Klopp, I know Klopp's leaving, but he said, there'll be fire and probably all media stuff.
It seems like that's settled now, to be fair.
Yeah, it's probably all media stuff.
I think there was interest in January, wasn't there?
There was, and there was a bid in January. There was a bid and they got rid of it, but I think if Arne Slot got that sort of money from Salah in the summer, I don't think he'd say no.
Maybe he'll want to get his own sort of team.
Get a younger player in.
But Salah's salary.
I know, he is possibly one of the best wingers in the Premier League history. He's one of them. Who have you gone for?
I've gone for Curtis Jones.
Okay. No, I'm confused about this one.
Okay, so, I mean, it's a bit, not rogue, but it's, I don't know if a lot of Liverpool fans would agree, but he's look, I'm not saying he's a bad player, he's a really good player. But I just think with the midfielders that they have, Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Endo, I just think, especially with a new manager coming in, there's going to be a bit of uncertainty in there. Yeah. He's like 20. He's not like a young player. He's still 23, 24. But I just think, is he likely to be playing as many minutes? You don't know what sort of formation he's going to come in and play.
You look at the players in front of him.
Look, they could easily keep him, but I just think they could get quite a bit for him.
English tax, you could get a bit of money for him.
I think you can still pay in the Prem, and I think if he has aspirations of playing for England, I think if he goes somewhere where he's going to be guaranteed to play every week, I think he could really flourish. But look, he's been flourishing at Liverpool.
Yeah, put it down in the comments what you think of both of them suggestions, and maybe your own suggestion. Who do you think Liverpool should sell? So, we'll move on to Luton Town.
Did you struggle on this one a little bit?
Not really.
No? Okay.
No, not really.
I have a brief idea of who a lot of people would go for.
Who have you gone for?
I've gone with Pelly, Ruddock and Panzu.
Okay, the guy that's been with them since the National League.
Yeah, I've tried to be a little bit out there. I just think it's such a feel-good story. He's gone non-league, League 2, League 1, Championship, Prem, and I think whatever happens now, he's played in the Prem with Luton.
And if they stay up, that's his swan song.
That's his swan. But even if they go down, it's such a perfect way of sort of ending his Luton career. He's played in the Prem with them. He's 30 now. I think he could still do a solid job in the Championship for a decent side in the Championship as well. Whether Luton stay up or they don't, I just think they'll want to start buying maybe some younger players. Yeah. And look, he's such a feel-good sort of story. He's not a bad player, but he's a bit in and out of their team as well, from what I'm sort of seeing and hearing. So I just think, Pelly Ruddock and Panzer.
Okay. I've gone for Alfie Toppety.
Yeah, you like him, don't you?
I wonder why. I wonder why. He's a Millwall fan. Besides that, 1 goal, 7 assists for a Luton side that just got promoted. That is very good numbers.
He's good at crossing the ball.
He's young. Look, he's 24. He's 24. He's young enough. He's good enough to play for about a mid-table side. So I think if Luton, I think just stay at Luton if they stay up. But if they do go down, I think he'd be one of the players that go, look, I'm good enough to play for a Premier League side here. Yeah. And you can get good money for him because English.
There's been a lot of calls for him to be in the England Euro squad just because of the way he can deliver the ball.
I think it's too early. I think it's way too early.
He's a good player. He's a solid player. He's like for a Luton side as well. That a lot of people weren't expecting to even stay up or score a lot of goals.
He's Premier League quality. Yeah. I'd say he's proved it. 1 goal, 7 assists. He was good in the Championship last year when we saw him.
Yeah, look how well he's done. Cleaning that form, isn't he? Really.
Yeah. Next up, we have Manchester United.
Is that if you're doing alphabetically, it's Man City, but we'll go Man United.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just going with my list.
Yeah, Man United. I've gone for Christian Eriksen.
Okay, I've gone for Anthony.
Well, sure. Honourable mentions, Anthony.
Nah,
why do they want to?
I apologise for putting in honourable mentions.
Who sells a player that was in someone's honourable mentions?
I have many reasons. The first phrase is he's just shit. He is an £80 million fidget spinner. He is.
90 million.
Yeah, there we go. 90 million. He's a waste of money. And this is what really, not rattles me, but it's just plain just weird. Cup in his ears, winning a penalty shootout against Coventry City, a Championship side, after they scraped a draw against them and went to penalties and just about won.
Did you see his antics on Twitter after saying, I was protecting my football club?
Protecting my football. It's Coventry City.
Not where you've gone for him. I just think that
they can easily get someone who's cheaper.
I agree, but I mean they've still got Amad Diallo as well. Who I really think he should.
I think he should be over him. I do.
But I just think 90 million, you've got to sort of hold the gun on him a little bit. They've only had him for 2 years, and to sell him, that would be the biggest flop of all time, and arguably. To sell him 2 years after buying him for 90 million, I just don't see. 15. I just don't see how they'd even comprehend selling someone who you put in your honourable mentions. That's quite.
I really backtracked on it. I even commented for the guy that commented. I agree with you now. I don't know why I put him on there.
Okay. Well, I've got Eriksen pretty straightforward to be fair. He's not getting a lot of time. I mean, recently he's been starting a little bit more, but that's just because of their injuries that they've had to McTominay and their centre backs are forced to put Casemiro in centre back. But obviously the likes of Kobe Minu sort of coming through and flourishing in that midfield. He's not getting a lot of time in there now. He's like 30 odd years old. I think maybe he'll move into Europe again. He's going to have options. He's going to have teams. That's
try and revive his form that he was when he was at Brighton.
Yeah.
Next up we have Manchester City. Who do you have?
Bit boring. I haven't gone for a big player. I've gone with Sergio Gomez, their left back.
Okay.
He obviously joined from Anderlecht in 2022. I think he's only played like 15 games for City now. And look, I get why he's not played a lot of games. He's been like their sort of rotational player,
but he's not got a look in this season.
He's just especially this season as well, with the likes of Ake, Gvardiol, Akanji's played left back as well, and look, the system they like to play, he's just not really sort of suited to it.
No, I don't hate that. I don't hate it.
Gone for
Calvin Phillips. He has not been good enough where he's played since he's gone to City. And then even at West Ham, I feel like every time I switch on the TV, he's either got a red card, gave away a penalty, or gave away a goal. If West Ham drops you, City drops you, I think
Leeds will definitely be interested in taking him back.
100%. He needs to revive his career.
It's a shame really, 'cause at Leeds he was really
I remember the I'd say 2021, 2020 Euros, he was one of England's best players.
Yeah.
And I just, ever since then, ever since he got that move to City,
Since he moved to City, it's killed him, really.
It has, really, but if Leeds go up, they'll go grab him, try and revive your career, which you probably will do, be their best player by miles.
Yeah.
On my list next is Newcastle.
Yes.
Who do you have for Newcastle?
Almiron.
Okay.
He's been getting a lot of hate from Newcastle fans recently.
Yeah,
he wasn't
not
a few years ago, but at the start of sort of their new ownership, he was doing really well.
On fire,
and look, he's still not doing awfully, but just whether I see him, he's just...
Is he in the long-term plans of Newcastle?
I just think they can get a lot more better younger wingers.
They can.
With the money they have as well. I could have easily gone for Jacob Murphy as well, who again has played really well for Newcastle, but I just think, as I said, the direction of the club, they're going to be getting a lot more better wingers, basically,
100%.
to really try and consistently push for them top six, top four.
And get to City's level. That is where they want to aim for.
Sell on like these sort of older players now. Like they have a lot. They have people like Matt Ritchie, Paul Dummett. Like I could have gone with quite a few, but I've gone through with someone who's a little bit more.
You've mentioned my one, Matt Ritchie.
Oh right.
Yeah. I think he's 34. He's getting to near the end of his career. I think if he's good enough to play for the Championship still, I reckon.
He's pushing it.
Maybe even League One. Go down to that level, see yourself out.
He can become the coach driver. He's just passed his.
I've got him down here. He's done his HGV licence. He's going to drive a lorry. He'd be the team coach driver. There we go.
There you go. New job for you.
Next up, we have Nottingham Forest. Now,
this was a difficult one for me.
It wasn't for me.
I mean, they have so many players.
You could have got rid of a lot of players.
But I've gone for one of their goalkeepers.
I have as well. Is he American by any chance?
Oh, he is, yeah.
Matt Turner.
Okay, now, yeah.
You look at their goalkeeping core, right? Flachodimos, Sells, Wayne Hennessy, and then Matt Turner, right? Matt Turner, from what I've seen, is the worst keeper I part of them for.
Yeah, he was Arsenal's backup last year, wasn't he? And he was sort of...
He wasn't great there. You signed Flachodimos for 30 million and you don't really play him, you play Matt Turner instead.
If they go down anyway, I can't see them keeping him.
No, God no.
The fact that they're in a relegation battle with all these players...
With the amount of money they've splashed and the players they've got, Elanga...
I know, to be fair, they've been done by a lot of decisions this season.
To be fair, they've all been done by points deductions. I think he's been subject to a lot of mistakes. He's beaten his near posts easily. He's not great with his footwork.
How much do they buy him for? I don't even know.
Oh, I don't even know. Do I want to know?
I agree. They should sell him on.
They should sell him on. So Matt Turner for Forest we've got. Sheffield United is the next one. The team that is already relegated.
One of the worst teams.
They have conceded the most amount of goals in Premier League history.
97, and still 3 games left.
3 games left. Who've you got?
I've gone with Ahmed Hodzic.
Ahmed Hodzic, yeah.
I just think out of all the rubbish that they have, he's
one of their bright sparks.
He's a decent centre back. He can definitely still play in the Prem. Yeah. Maybe a mid-table to lower.
Even he can go to Europe, can't he?
If you want to play Championship football. I mean, I said that a lot about Leicester's players.
Yeah, but off stage. Ahmed Hodzic has already had that season there, so I don't think he would want to stay.
Yeah, he's done it. Who have you gone for?
Jayden Bogle. Now, I remember this bloke when he was at Derby.
Yeah, he's a decent. He was right wing back.
He's 23. He seems like he's been around ages, but he's 23. And he's been one of their only okay players this season. I know recently he's been scoring. He's been, I think last 3 games he scored. I think of goals and got assists.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he can go to a lower side in the Premier League that's, sustainable in there and stay in the Premier League a lot, or he can go to a newly promoted side. I think he's good enough for that. Yeah. And you can get, because he's English, you can get an okay fee for him. I know that they need to sell. They're in trouble, Sheffield United, with money wise. So maybe selling Ahmed Hodzic and Bogle might be best for them.
There are 2 Sheffield United players.
Next up, we have Tottenham Hotspur. Who do you have for Tottenham?
I could have done a few. I've gone with Højbjerg, though.
Yeah, he has been subject to leaving. He does want to leave, doesn't he?
He started the North London derby.
Because he didn't own goal.
He did concede no goal. He's unlucky, but he sort of headed it into his own goal.
He did. He looked like he meant it enough.
But yeah, I think they've got Sarr, they've got Bissouma, they've got sort of Oliver Skip as well, Bentancur, Lo Celso, Maddison.
So many.
I know some of them are a bit more advanced midfielders, but he's just not going to get a look in as much as I think he will, and I think he's still going to want to play in the top level because he's still
a really good player, no doubt about that.
But I just don't know if he's going to want to play second fiddle or third fiddle to these.
No, he's good enough to start for.
So I can see a move into Europe for him potentially.
Yeah, maybe a move to Italy, to Spain,
wherever it is.
I have gone for Emerson Royale. Now
he's an alright squad player.
I know,
really, because he can play a few, but he can play centre back, right back, left back.
From recent years, Tottenham haven't really liked him. Tottenham haven't really liked him. They've got Pedro Porro now in that position. I know he's been playing in the back three, but I think they can do a lot better getting someone in that position. And I think Postecoglou will identify that.
When
he's still
players have been injured, when Porro's been injured, even when they had a bit of a centre back injury.
They did, yeah. Van der Ven was out, Romero was out.
January, I think it was. And look, he done an okay job for them, like as far as I'm concerned. And look, he can play a number of them positions, but it's down to him really what he wants to do.
Final
the last two teams, yeah.
We've got the horrible side from East London. I'm joking. West Ham.
You're not really.
I know, I'm not joking.
West Ham. I think there's only sort of one player he can go for.
Is he a striker?
He is a striker. His name's Danny Ings. I just think he's... Bowen's played a lot of games for them strikers.
Antonio's there.
Antonio's sort of come in now and he scored a couple goals for them. I don't see a place for Danny Ings.
I think he's useless.
And I think it's a shame really because he's sort of moved around like quite a bit recently. He went to Southampton, to Aston Villa, to...
He was at Liverpool at one point, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the last sort of 2-3 years. He's moved clubs quite a bit. I think there's still a sort of decent striker in him. At West Ham, he's just a bit out of his...
I just think you sell him, get him off the wage books, you get a small fee for him. You can go bring in another striker then, and I know West Ham don't have a great history with strikers, but you know...
But I just think, Antonio's been doing the business for them recently.
Yeah, unfortunately. He's getting on as well, so they're going to have to bring someone in.
Bringing in a new younger striker, I think, is something in the works. But
on to the last team of the video, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, I think we have the same player here, all because subject to a bid last summer.
I've gone with Kilman.
Yeah, Max Kilman.
Yeah, I mean, I saw this stat, this really made me, it surprised me a little bit.
Yeah.
I remember sort of when it came out as well. 30 million bid from Napoli. And
they just won the league and they went and tried to...
I'm surprised he didn't cash,
He's 26, you know. I thought he was younger, but he's 26, so he could be something
left-footed centre, but he's decent Prem
quality
player. I think if somebody comes in for that similar money again, surely they've got to pull the trigger on that.
You'd think so. You would think so, but I think he'd be the player that they not need to sell, but they probably will sell to get a bit of money in for him.
If somebody comes in for a big bid, I think they've got... Guys, that's the video done. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe and let us know what you thought of our opinions, whether you agreed or disagreed with them. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.